Well, hi. Today is Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. We had Dave Zimmerman from Avela Bank on yesterday, and we were talking about a lot of different frauds that are out there and scams, and I guess that somebody was listening because, yeah, I got another one. Just that quick. It says, this payment was successfully completed in the amount of $845.48. Now, if you did not approve the transaction, just call this number within 24 hours to cancel it, and a refund will be processed immediately. Of course, no money came out of my account. This is just a scam to get them back into the account because they're going to want to know what bank account to send it to. Yeah, don't fall for this stuff. And a big thanks again to Dave Zimmerman from Avela Bank yesterday for being on the show. Also, thanks yesterday to the Boy Scouts Troop 249. And I'm hoping that we'll get to have them on more frequently now. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That pancake feed is coming up on Sunday. So make plans to attend at the Elks Lodge in Council Bluffs and help out the local Boy Scouts as they're working on putting a trip together down to the Florida Keys. So that's going to be pretty cool. There's a coffee and contacts with the Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce coming up this morning, and the AIM Institute is sponsoring it this week. They have Infotech coming up on May 5th, and to learn more about it, we are going to have Jayme Busch from the AIM Institute on the show in just a few minutes, and we're looking forward to learning more about what Infotech is all about and what's happening at the AIM Institute. Also, I would like to remind you that the NAMI Walks event is for Southwest Iowa is coming up on May 17th. It's going to be at Rivers Edge Park. And if you go to NAMIWalks.org, you can get your team signed up to help raise some money and also help raise awareness for everyone that is going through something with mental illness. And I'm going to be emceeing the event and would love to see your team there. So if you go to NAMIWalks.org, you can get your team signed up and be able to help out. One of the things that I talked about when I was at the event, and we talked about it here on the show, is for any businesses that sign up to be sponsors, you're getting a free month of sponsorship on this show. And the first one has done that, and it is Mid-States Bank of Neola. So thank you very much to those good folks at Mid-States Bank of Neola for being a sponsor of NAMI Walks. Mid-States Bank of Neola is a community bank dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service through tailored banking experiences, innovative products, and highly trained employees. As a community bank, you know your hard-earned money that you deposit with them works even harder when they reinvest it in the communities in which you live. So could be a corner coffee shop, could be the new apartment complex, or maybe even a 10,000-acre farm operation that's just a few miles away. Mid-States Bank of Neola is dedicated to helping build and sustain Western Iowa. So a thank you to Mid-States Bank of Neola for helping us out with NAMI Walks. And again, NAMIWalks.org. If you just search for Southwest Iowa, you're going to find the event. It's coming up on May 17th. And I hope to see you there. Also, Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and you may also be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. Service Master Restore by Schmader will restore your space by offering quality commercial and residential restoration services in Council Bluffs and the surrounding area. That's Service Master Restore by Schmader. The CB Captains recently announced a partnership with Emblem Sports as their exclusive provider of sportswear, equipment, and merchandise. And also their schedule has been released. You know, they're going to be playing in two separate leagues. Season opener for the Captains at home is coming up May 9th. They're going to be playing at Lewis Central on the football field in Council Bluffs. And they're going to be taking on Lenoma. This is a team that was founded back in 1986. Its name is a combination of Lincoln and Omaha. So the first game coming up on May 9th. That's going to be a Friday night game. And then these two teams play each other again on Sunday the 18th, only this time in Omaha. So if you would like to learn more about it and how to get tickets, go to follow the CB Captains on social media. Back with us this morning, it's Jayme Busch, Director of Marketing and Events for the AIM Institute. Thank you so much, Jayme. You have been very, very busy as of late getting ready for a rather large event that is coming up on the 5th of May.
Correct.
So tell us about it. What's going to be happening and what can folks expect that are going to be there?
Sure. So AIM Institute is relaunching a previous conference that we had done for over 17 years called Infotech. We took a little hiatus for the last few years due to COVID. The last year that we had it, it was a all virtual conference. It's a conference that has had up to 1,000 people. AIM owned, AIM done, all the things AIM. Very known in the business and technology world in the past. So now we're relaunching it May 5th at the Peter Kiewit Luminarium.
Is it going to be very similar to the way it used to be, or are there going to be a lot of changes this year?
Well, I was not there from previously, but from my understanding, the biggest change is that it's not just a tech centered conference. We have one of those, which is HDC, Heartland Developers Conference, in the fall. And so we wanted to make sure that this was a tech-centered conference for business in all aspects.
What are some of the things that business owners or business managers can learn by coming to the conference?
So our biggest thing we're telling everybody is that they're going to learn, connect, and be inspired. From digital, everything, AI is a huge thing all over the place. We didn't want to just make it about AI because there's other emerging technologies too. So our topics that we're covering are AI and automation, cybersecurity, which is also up there in anybody's business at this point, and risk management, data and business intelligence, tech talent and workforce, which I think is also a big thing. Everyone's, looking at the new tech talent coming in, who we're hiring, the new generation of hires. And then that, like I said, the emerging technologies. So not just AI, but wanting to incorporate the other technologies that are coming up as well.
That sounds exciting. I know that, well, in my industry, it sometimes is hard to keep caught up with technology and the different things that are coming out. And it's not as if it's just a slight change. It's pretty major, and things are designed to make my industry easier. And I know that it's the same in a lot of industries, that as tech continues to advance, that we're able to do a lot of things that we weren't able to do before.
Correct. And I think that's huge for all of us. I just look at, I'm sure everybody rolls eyes, but ChatGTP, but it's only as smart as its last version. However, somebody created that and it's being implemented all over the place for certain things. And it is a version of AI.
I've been actually using ChatGPT for close to 2 years, and I can see that it's getting better.
Oh, yes.
When I just used it the other day, I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even really have to tell it very much this time. It's either learning my style because I'm logged into an account or something's going on. But as we have talked about before, on this platform or other podcasts, that ChatGPT or other AI, it isn't an employee. It is just designed to be of service to you, but it can't really take over somebody, because people are always afraid that it's going to replace jobs and that kind of thing. I just don't think that that's going to be an issue.
I think ChatGTP, not necessarily, but I mean, I think there are some things that may replace jobs, but I personally don't feel like the big scare that a lot of people are talking about is that it's going to replace all of these things. And if you look from, 30, 40, 50 years ago, a lot of tech has replaced different things because we're getting smarter and we are advancing and we are, all of those things. So I think, as I've always said, and I know you and I have talked before, like using it as a tool, having it in your toolbox as a tool is what's important. And I think just teaching everyone that it's a tool. It's not to replace everything. It's just a tool to use.
Well, that's just one of the things that are going to be talking about. So there'll be speakers there. There'll be breakout sessions, and also having it at the Luminarium. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's a really cool space. I've never been to a conference there. I have been in the facility, but never been to a conference there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all this is going to go.
Sure. So we're really excited. It is a little bit different of a venue for a conference. I know when we went there and talked with them about it, toured the facility. AIM does a lot with the Luminarium. We had our Trio Day a couple weeks ago for all the Trio students. 140 students were there for that. I just took kids this week, eighth graders, to the Luminarium. Took them a couple of weeks ago. Took all of the Council Bluffs schools eighth graders to the Luminarium. So we do a lot there, which is neat. And it is all about STEM and STEAM and all those different things. So we thought it would be a really great place. Some of the exhibits are moved for, in the middle. If you've been in there, they will be moved for our keynote to be in the middle of, the Luminarium. But we're excited. I think this is, well, a first. They've had some sort of a TED Talks type of event there where they had a couple hundred people, but I think from my understanding this will probably be the biggest event that they've had there, full facility rental, closed down, for AIM. So we're excited.
What type of businesses do you feel could really benefit from attending this type of conference? Is it pretty much anybody is going to get something out of this?
I want to say everybody. The way I've spoken about it, and I've planned a huge portion of it. It's for business and technology professionals. It's for entrepreneurs and startups. It's for community and government professionals. I really think it's for everyone. I think, I own a small business as well. I'm excited. I'm sad that I'm going to be planning and be in the things. I hope I can get into a breakout session or two. There's some speakers that I'm excited to hear from. Um, but I really think that the information and how we've kind of catered this conference. Again, our theme is harnessing technology for business and growth innovation. So I think it's for everyone. I think it can be catered to anybody's business or profession in some type of way because of how we've kind of set it up around, all of the things between workforce development, emerging tech, the data that every business has data somewhere. So I really think it's for everyone.
And also the kind of intended or unintended, either way, of extra added benefit to that is there's going to be a lot of businesses there and that are there just for the conference. And what an opportunity to network with some people that you may not have had an opportunity to meet otherwise.
Correct. Yes, it will be a great networking event. Our panel in the afternoon is CEOs, CIOs, talking about all the things. So we're excited for that. We've brought our keynote. I'm not sure if I can officially, but our keynote is from Kansas City. So we have a regional keynote. We're excited for that. I think it's going to be good. It's not going to be, I mean, we hope it's great and big and all the things. We're expecting, 400. Again, it's a relaunch. So, we're just trying to get it back out there and get that name back out there. And then, hope that we can continue growing it all over again.
Well, I know we've been putting out a link for tickets, but there's also other places that people can get tickets to the event too, right?
Correct. Yep. So on our Eventbrite page, AIM Institute's Eventbrite page, I do know Advanced Southwest Iowa, I think, has a few tickets they're giving away for a few things. I think we were giving you a few potentially. So there's some other little things around that. There's also sponsorship opportunities. If you sponsor, you get tickets to come. But mainly you can go to infotech.org and find them there, or you can go to Eventbrite and find our tickets there.
Well, let's talk about that sponsorship opportunity then, because I know that you've been talking to different businesses, and there's a buzz about it that it'd be such a huge benefit for these businesses to not just sponsor this, but then have a chance to be there and be able to showcase a little bit about what they do.
Correct. So, being a small business owner myself, other than just AIM Institute, I was very passionate about, we are saying this is for everyone. And I wanted to make sure that it was feasible for everyone, to be able to be a part too. So we have sponsorships from, 20,000 and down. We do have a sponsorship for startups and smaller businesses. So you can definitely reach out to me about that. All of our sponsorships come with, various amounts of tickets, booths, if you want to have a booth there. And then really just the networking portion. You're going to meet other startups, you're going to meet other people, you're going to meet other businesses, you're going to, meet directors and CIOs and, executive, it's going to be a mix of everything. And I think that'll be probably the best part, at least for me. So
Well, and that's also the value to the business. But then you flip that, the reason that the AIM Institute does these types of programs is not just for the education value that the business owners can receive, but also what AIM can then do with those dollars to be able to push back out into the community and training. And, you work a lot with kids, but AIM is also helping adults. To be able to learn new skills and potentially further their tech education.
Right, right. We do also with that we do offer scholarships for college students. So that is another five. You can sponsor five students for $1,500 to go. So we're also trying to do that to get these college kiddos. We know we have a lot of partnerships, UNO, UNL, Bellevue University. I'm sure I'm missing a ton more. We have a lot of relationships with the colleges, so we allow those college kiddos to go for free with a college email. And then a lot of businesses come up and want, they may not be able to have a huge big sponsorship, but that's huge for me especially, being able to allow those college students to be able to go to a conference like this where most likely they wouldn't have been able to before. So reaching out and being able to do that, I think is huge. And yes, we do. We have programs all the way from, preschool, kindergarten in Omaha, to, and Council Bluffs, to our Lakin Grant, that we serve adults, all over Southwest Iowa. So we do a little bit of everything.
What's the best way to get more information about this? Is where do people go? Who do they reach out to? What's that source?
Sure. So infotech.org will have, house kind of everything. And then there's a sponsorship page. If you do want to sponsor, it'll end up coming to me. You'll reach out. It'll be me. Or I have a counterpart that's, doing some membership things. Well, all the membership things now. Blaine, he's one of our new employees. So we're excited for him. But yes, infotech.org is where you can go. And I by this week, we should have all of our speakers out. I'm building that right now. So building that part of the website right now to get everybody out, and we'll be able to see kind of who's going to be there. And the schedule is pretty much from 9 to 5. The conference ends at 3, and then we have some after activities afterwards until 5. So if you can make it the whole day, that's great. And if you can't and can make bits and pieces, that's great too.
And again, that's all coming up on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And let's see, that's a Monday, right?
It is a Monday. Yes. We didn't want to make it a super late, 7 or 8 o'clock conference because it's springtime. It's May. It's Cinco de Mayo, and sports have started, and it's a Monday.
But still, what better way to start your week? And I'm a big fan of the belief that runs scored in the first inning count the same as runs scored in the ninth. So let's start the week off just as well as we can.
Right?
You know all about that reference. So
I do. I think that will be the end of my week, though. I think after that, I'm going to take the rest of the week off, and then we'll start planning for HDC.
You could probably use the break by then. She is Jayme Busch, and she's the Director of Marketing and Events for the AIM Institute. Infotech is coming up on May 5th at the Luminarium, and if you go to infotech.org, you can pick up tickets there. You can go to the description of here in this show. You'll find a link that will take you over to Eventbrite, and you can get tickets that way as well. Jayme, always great to talk to you. Thank you for all the hard work that you're putting in with this. I know you got a ways to go with it yet, so we'll keep sending you all the good vibes that keep your brain sharp and get all this put together.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us too, Todd.
Are you feeling stuck in uncertainty, conflict, or miscommunication? The Spiral of Accountability by Carol Horner is a guide to breaking free from the fog that clouds decision-making and relationships. Learn how to recognize negative cycles, shift your mindset, and build a culture of clarity and collaboration. Could be at work, at home, and in life. So when you're ready to spiral up, get your copy at Amazon or visit spiralofaccountability.com to start your journey to a healthier, more productive team. And GT Motors on Broadway in Council Bluffs has an ever-changing inventory to help get you in a quality used vehicle. Trucks, large and small SUVs, passenger cars, even sports cars. GT Motors can help. Check out their inventory at gtmotorscb.com. Be sure to stop by the lot at 21st and Broadway because vehicles are changing daily. They even provide on-site financing. That's GT Motors, 21st and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Well, we have reached the end of a Tuesday. I need to get out of the studio because that Coffee and Contacts is just around the corner. If you're watching this in the morning on Tuesday, April 8th, then Coffee and Contacts starts at 8 o'clock at the Council Bluffs Chamber offices, and that's on the 100 block on Broadway in Council Bluffs. So hope to see you there. And if you're watching it later, well, then you missed it. But you can also attend other events that are coming up too. And Infotech, once again, is on May 5th at the Hewitt Luminarium in Omaha. Thank you so much for being a part of things today. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Tuesday.